Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in for the Money in the Bank recap and reaction. There were a lot of things to tackle on this night, and without further ado, let's get into it. But before that, make sure you guys leave this video a like as you continue to help this channel to grow and appease the YouTube algorithm. And if you are somebody that's watching this for the first time and not subscribed, make sure you click the subscribe button and notification bell so you do not miss any of the videos that I post on this channel, whether it's WWE or football related. Just continue to support, and I want to thank the ones that have showed their support throughout this time. Love you guys, and the content is still more to come. But let's just get right into Money in the Bank as the night kicks off with the women's Money in the Bank match with Naomi, Roxanne Perez, Julia, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and also Stephanie Vaquer. Now, this match was a very good match. Very good Money in the Bank match. You had a lot of spots where you had the multiple cold reds on the ladder, whether you had Julia and Roxanne teaming up to kind of pal Rhea Ripley with the ladders. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this women's Money in the Bank match. Now, one thing I did not want to happen was Rhea Ripley to win, because I love Rhea Ripley. I'm a fan of Rhea Ripley, but she's not like, it doesn't do anything for her career as far as winning in the bank. And I thought it would probably be Stephanie Vaquer, because she has been riding such of a high. I thought they could possibly put it on her as well. Maybe Julia, but the way the storyline has gone, she's kind of focusing on the Women's United States Championship. Alexa Bliss has been there, done that as far as women's Money in the Bank. And I think the WWE got it right. And if you watch my preview video, Naomi was the one that I was rooting for to win this match. And I think her winning this match does a lot for her character as far as her heel turn. And it does a lot as far as her finally getting up the top of the mountain yet again. It's been a long time since Naomi has held a WWE singles title. So I think the moment they push her to cash in will be legendary, at least in my opinion. This match was very good, like I said. Very, very entertaining match. Very good match with the right results. I love all these women in the match. I thoroughly enjoy watching their matches, but the best spot, a lot of people are going to say this, was the Stephanie Vaquer doing Devil's Kiss. I cannot remember who it was on the ladder. I think it might have been Roxanne that she did it to. Roxanne or Alexa Bliss, she did it to. You guys around me in the comments. I can't remember at the top of my brain, but I think I thoroughly enjoyed this, and the WWE got it right with Naomi winning. Excuse me, Naomi winning this match. So I thoroughly enjoyed this. The next match was an impromptu match that happened on WWE Worlds Collide with AAA, which I happened to watch as well. And it was Dominic Mysterio versus Octagon Jr. from AAA for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, if you guys didn't watch Worlds Collide, I'll give you a bit of a background. It was Octagon Jr. part of his team versus the LWO. And Rey Mysterio was out earlier during Worlds Collide and gave him a special match because he was a big fan of it. Then at the end of the match, Octagon Jr.'s team ended up picking up the victory, and Dom Mysterio grabbed the mic and he started to see how you love Rey Mysterio. He's a deadbeat dad. Got on his face. They started attacking each other, which Dominic Mysterio ended up making a challenge to Octagon Jr. for the Intercontinental Championship. And I'll be first to admit, this is my first time ever seeing Octagon Jr. or anybody in AAA for that matter. So it was a very solid match, and the AAA is a different style of wrestling than what we're used to seeing with the WWE and the American style of wrestling versus the Lucha Libre type of wrestling. I was thoroughly entertained by Octagon Jr. It was a very good match, very solid match. It was a little shorter than what I thought it could have been, but One thing you can see with Dominic is that he is starting to improve in the ring. You can see he's getting better and better as a competitor, as a wrestler in the ring, and you start to see why fans are starting to take a high to him, because he's number one, he's very entertaining in the ring, and he's starting to become more technical and more skilled in the ring. On top of his character work as one of the bigger heels. I really enjoyed this. And of course, what is a Judgment Day match without the Judgment Day getting involved? What is a match with them without them getting involved? Liv Morgan created the distraction for Octagon Jr., which enabled Dominic Mysterio to capitalize and hit the frog splash to win and retain his Intercontinental title. So I was thoroughly enjoyed by this. Next match of the night is Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And this match still lived up to their previous match at Backlash. And before they could even get the announcements in, Valkyria attacked Becky Lynch before even the bell ring, which has more credence, it has more things to this rivalry. And again, very good match. Back and forth. You had Becky Lynch hit the manhandle slam off of the second rope, and Lyra Valkyria still was able to kick out of it. You had Lyra Valkyria going back and forth. And I really like this rivalry. I really personally enjoy this feud. Now, with Becky Lynch winning, will this continue? We had, after the match, that she raised her hand. She made Lyra Valkyria raise her hand to all four corners of the crowd, placed the belt on her, and Lyra Valkyria was like, all right, this is enough, and attacked her after the match and hit Nightwing and left the ring. I'm interested to see if they're going to do a part 3 to this, or are they going to continue this rivalry? Because it's one of the more hyped, it's one of the more built-up rivalries that we have in the women's side as far as the main roster goes, and it's revolving a title. You don't have too much of a rivalry yet at this point revolving the Women's World Championship. You don't have too much of a rivalry yet revolving the WWE Women's Championship. And with this rivalry, like I said, it's one of the more echelon top rivalries as we have right now that is revolving the women's division. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it because both can go in the ring. I picked Lyra to win this match because I didn't think they were going to have Becky win and have Lyra still continue on her heights. But with the way that the WWE and the way that they ended this match, I really liked it because there's no end. It's not a thing that's going to end their rivalry. I think it's still going to go. And I was interested to see that Bayley did not come back. Maybe that's a SummerSlam return because of Becky kind of taking Bayley out before WrestleMania, and Becky saying the things that she had about Bayley, and we know like Lyra and Bayley were starting to get closer. So I'm interested to see how this continues and if and when are they gonna incorporate Bayley into this entire storyline. So that's gonna be interesting. Another thing that I'm gonna personally keep my eye on, but we have a new Women's Intercontinental Championship, and that is the first time that title has changed hands in its history. So I would love to see where they're going to go going forward with this. Then we had the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I think, for me, this is the most anticipated match that I was looking forward to because there are so many ways that the WWE could have went with this. You could have had Penta, which I don't see where they could have went with that. You could have Andrade. I really like Andrade, but he's starting to become more of a jobber, and I hate that. You have a guy like an El Grande Americano, which I'm sick of, but Chad Gable pulls it off well. You have a guy like Solo Sikoa, who, with his new regime and his bloodline, he can do it. LA Knight, maybe it's finally time. You have Seth Rollins with the power. This match was classic. Classic Money in the Bank, where we're talking about Solo doing all the imitations of Penta. Whether we're talking about they first get Seth Rollins out of there and they first attack Seth Rollins because of the things he's done on the previous SmackDown and all the power that he wants. Then you're talking about LA Knight really starting to get after it or you talking about Andrade Americano putting the damn metal thing in his head. I really love this match. You had Penta and Andrade kind of form a little bit of a friendship at point until they got to the top of the ladder with Andrade attacking them. This match was a classic match. And a couple of things happened that I really enjoyed. Whether it's the ladder spots, whether it's the sunset flip bomb that Andrade had hit, whether it's Penta superplexing Rollins through a ladder, whether it's Penta hitting Andrade with a Mexican destroyer on the ladder. I really enjoyed this match, but the storytelling of this match was well. Because when you had Bron Breakker and when you had Bronson Reed come out and attack everybody, and Paul Heyman was looking, well, first, Seth Rollins was like, come on, because he was kind of feeling almost defeated because of the attacking him. And when they started attacking everyone, and then on top of that, they got the Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu's music hit. And it's just like, oh no, where is this going to go? Because of the things that Solo had said the night before, because it's all gas, no brains. You were kind of thinking, okay, is he really out there going to help Solo? And it looked like it at one point, helping him set up the ladder, helping him hold the ladder after Jacob Fatu and after JC Mateo came out and attacked a couple of people, and then set up for Solo to win, only for Jacob to grab Solo's foot. Is like, I hate you, Solo. And then it just goes straight and attacks Solo Sikoa. I said this before on previous videos. I was just waiting on this to kind of blow up. Because the way that they have been building this, it was at some point that Jacob was going to get sick of it and he was going to split up with Solo. Now, let's see how that goes forward. Then you had LA Knight come in with Seth trying to come to the top. And you had the fight between LA Knight and Seth, because you had a feeling that, I'm like, LA Knight is finally going to get this Money in the Bank contract, only for Seth Rollins to come back and attack him and end up winning the contract. Now, I was hoping that CM Punk or Roman came out and kind of deterred Seth Rollins away from that plan of winning the Money in the Bank. Could this still be a thing where Seth and CM Punk and Roman kind of screws Seth Rollins out of winning, cashing in, or when he cashes in, they kind of ruin it for him? Possibly. I would hope to see that route. Because storyline, I mean, it does make sense for Seth Rollins to win Money in the Bank because of the power, and they're building this whole faction with him, Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed. But I think for his career or story purposes or something, I don't think Seth Rollins, I love Seth Rollins, fellow Bears fan, I don't think Seth Rollins needs a title. I just don't. Because you think you could build a story around Seth that he does not necessarily need a title at this point. Now, granted, I personally just don't want to see Seth Rollins with a title at this point right now. I think with this point right now, I think that somebody else would have been better off. LA Knight was a guy I think like, okay, you can finally capitalize on the hype of LA Knight and the build of LA Knight and finally give him towards that world title contention. But they went with Seth Rollins. And he gets all the power. And I'm interested to see how that's going to play out and whether it's going to be a SummerSlam thing or whatever. We shall see. But nonetheless, Seth Rollins is Mr. Money in the Bank. And then we go to the main event of the night with World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes versus the WWE Champion John Cena and Logan Paul. This was interesting. I mean, like I said, I was more looking forward to Money in the Bank than anything, but this match was very interesting. Whether we had them, you had points of the match where Logan Paul and John Cena were not on the same page. You had Cody Rhodes in his first match back since losing his title at WrestleMania 41. You had them going back and forth, dominating at one point in this match. Jey Uso was getting dominated by Logan Paul and John Cena, which looked like real solid tag team wrestling. And Cody and Jay have been undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. I think that was 2023, leading up into 2024, where at one point they were Tag Team Champions. Then, I'm not going to lie, this match was very good. Whether you had Cena hitting with the AA to Jey Uso, whether you had Cody Rhodes coming back and tag team and just knocking everybody out. And then you had a massive miscommunication where they were arguing back and forth with each other, where John Cena would say, I'm trying to teach you, and I'm trying to learn, or things like that. And Jey Uso finally, after a while, had finally got the tag to get Cody Rhodes back into this match. And it was a back and forth match, whether it was a communication error where Cena hit Crossroads, got hit to Cena, and Logan Paul had the what's that thing, the drone. You got Cena hit it with the 450 splash by the Maverick, and you got Logan Paul getting hit with the spear by Jey Uso, and they were all down. Then Rose kept getting with Logan Paul. His bionic elbow fell, and Cody Rhodes got hit with a pulverizer. I still think that is an excellent move. I still think that is an excellent finishing move. And Cena came back, hit him with the AA, and Cody Rhodes still kicked out. And one spot that they moved the announce tables, and Jey Uso ended up hitting Cena with the spear, but Logan Paul hit with the acai moonsault out of the ring, ended up destroying the table. And with the referee checking on him outside, I'm so tired of John Cena going to grab the goddamn title. I mean, Lord, is that his thing as a heel? I don't like that. I don't like that John Cena is a heel grabbing the title all the time. Did he do anything else? He ended up hitting Cody Rhodes with the title. But somebody came in the ring, hooded, black, all things dark and covered, started attacking John Cena, and we were thinking, who is this? And then in my brain, I'm like, is this who I think it is? Is this? Grabs the title, unveils himself, and it was R-Truth. When I tell you I was so happy to see R-Truth back, that was a great moment and very unexpected moment in the match, to where we got R-Truth coming back. Fans are clamoring for it, fans want it, and the fans got it, because I think the backlash for the WWE was a little bit too much to handle, because fans love R-Truth. I'm one of them. I love R-Truth. Whether it's his character, in-ring work, he's still old at 53, I think he is, but the character work is just immaculate. And it's very entertaining. Comes back, hits John Cena with the belt. Cody Rhodes capitalizes with Crossroads and gets the 1, 2, 3 to cap off the night. That is a perfect way to end that match. I personally didn't think John Cena was taking an L until the point to where he lost his title. And for John Cena to take the loss tonight, I think it set the stage for him to lose his title sooner than him having his last match. But if I had to rank this, I would give this a solid 8 out of 10. All the matches were entertaining. We had the Money in the Bank matches on both sides that were very entertaining. The men's Money in the Bank, I think, told a bigger of a story with Solo turning on, Jacob turning on Solo. You had the main event where you have R-Truth coming back and attacking Cena. You have Becky versus Lyra, which I think that's not over with, and that's still going to continue further on. So I give this an 8 out of 10. And the only reason I wouldn't give it a little bit higher, because not only Seth won, but nobody else came out to stop it. With all the power that he has been having, nobody else came out to stop it. Other than that, very good Money in the Bank PLE. And that's all I have. Leave you guys' thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to see what you guys think. Leave this video a like. Continue to help the channel to grow. And if you got to this point, click the subscribe button and notification bell And how I know you got to this point, just comment below. Thank God truth is back. But I am APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great next day. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.